This video and its contents are for adult collectors.
I've been wanting a new Cannonball since Mark put shoulder cannons on Crankcase. The original Cannonball is a childhood favorite of mine and one of the few figures I still have from that time in my life. You can also watch his review with this iCard. But we're not talking about that Cannonball. We're talking about this Cannonball, Legacy Cannonball. And let me start with how fantastic the paint is. Tons of tampagraphs and decals, painted windows because he has zero clear plastic, and the rims and bumper in silver. They gave him the works and it's a really nice look. The roof features an all new piece that has a siren attached with a faux head peeking out to replicate his Cybertron toy. This piece also adds the Cyberkey function, which is an unpainted piece but a nice throwback. He no longer has the Decepticon logos either, instead trading them for Starseeker, or Star Raider if you're nasty, emblems just like his BotCon figure. All around, this is a nice vehicle that has been totally overhauled from the Skids mold and suits Cannonball perfectly. I do miss his Oingo Boingo skeletons, but hopefully that can be fixed with a future Toy Hack set. For comparison, here is Cannonball with the original Cannonball. Here he is with the Skids mold, Burnout. Here he is with Crankcase, and of course, Machine Wars Hoist. If you know how the Skids Crankcase mold works, you know how this works. You want to start by flipping up the doors here, rotating this back, and then detaching this roof section from the back of the legs. From there, you want to come down here. There is a new step here. So these doors actually tab in right there, which is really nice. It holds everything nice and secure. I like to bring the arms forward, and then from here, you can just kind of wiggle the arms free and rotate them up. And we'll come back to the arms in a little bit. From there, you can grab right here, extend the waist down until it clicks into place, and bring the legs down. We'll talk about those when we get to robot mode fully. Close these up, split the legs, and fold in the wheels onto the feet. Come up to the chest, and rotate it down until it clicks into place. I don't think it did there. Hang on. There it goes. Rotate this. Bring the backpack. There's some little tabs right there. Bring it up and let it slot in. And make sure to pop those shoulder cannons up over his shoulders. There we go. And then bring the backpack down. Rotate the arms down and bring them forward. Straighten everything out and give him a little ankle tilt so he can stand on an A stance. And there we have the awesome Legacy Cannonball in his robot mode. You guys may know this bot as Shattershock, my friend and personal target master. Shattershock IRL has a sticker store where she has launched tons of new items on MioMioArt.com. And because of that, to celebrate, we're deciding to do a giveaway. You'll be able to win a full set of Laserfire and Shattershock emote stickers from MioMioArt.com. All you have to do to win them or to be entered is to be subscribed and to comment down below Starseeker and then your favorite Starseeker. That's all you have to do. If you don't like the stickers, make sure to check out her website for other cool items such as her Death Star RS keychain. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see who wins. This is a stunning robot. The gold looks great and shines through here more than in car mode. The new head is spot on to his Cybertron version, and that makes me really happy. The weak hand is blast effect compatible, so good to see Hashtag sticking with that. A small but notable detail is that he does retain Crankcase's shoulder cannons, meaning he can replicate the original toy's gimmick. I see them doing this a lot with the Cybertron guys, and even though Cannonball's a retool, it's nice they left this in. Despite him sharing the cannons though, his chest can't be removed like Crankcase, so the seam here is just a seam. Now for the really cool part. Those sneaky bastards at Hasbro got this mold to stash his accessories in his leg, just like the old toy. That's so cool. This includes his iconic claw, now in black instead of gold, and his hammer for bashing in TFW forum user skulls. For size comparison on Cannonball, here he is with Legacy Tarn, Legacy Crankcase, Legacy Crosscut, Channel Mascot Laserfire, Channel Mascot Shattershock, Machine Wars Hoist, and Cybertron Cannonball. Before we get too into articulation, yeah, it is pretty easy to get those out. The hammer is a little bit more difficult to get out of the leg. But something I had a question about this guy when I first got him was, can he actually use the original Cannonball's accessories? I don't have the hammer, but I do have the claw. And the answer, sadly, is No, it just doesn't go on. It doesn't fit. It's the wrong size hole. He does still have an Earth key, by the way. I've heard a couple people call this like the Speed Planet key or like a different planet key. He has an Earth key just like his original toy, so no need to worry about there. Let's talk articulation. His head is on a pretty emotive ball joint, so I am happy with that. All the Skids molds have pretty emotive heads. His shoulders can rotate 180. They go out on this joint. They do have a little bit of lift right there. They can swivel slightly on the shoulder joint there, so slight butterflying. He has a bicep swivel and a 90-degree elbow along with a wrist swivel on one arm, obviously. Technically this can swivel, but because it's kind of just a blaster thing, it doesn't need to. Waist swivel, which is nice. Legs go forward very far if you kick them out just a little bit, if you get that out of the way. They go back that far. They go out this far. And if you can't tell, his tolerances are fantastic. They go out that far. Thigh swivel, bend at the knee, pretty deep bend at the knee. And of course, a stunning ankle tilt, because this is the Skids mold, one of the best Legacy molds there is. If I hadn't made it obvious, I love Cannonball. I love the character of Cannonball. I like the original toy, and he has a sentimental place in my heart and my collection. This new version, I think, is spectacular. It's a mold that I enjoy of a character that I love, and we're finally seeing the Star Seekers represented in their full form, where they're not convention exclusives. I am all for that, as a lot of my favorite characters are part of the Star Seekers crew. Lockdown, Flame War, Cannonball, obviously, all fan favorites of mine, and I love them. This new version is spectacular. I think it has some of the best tolerances on any of the molds for Skids that I have handled so far. It's definitely better than Crankcase. If you are not a fan of Crankcase, I think you'll like Cannonball. If you're not a fan of the Skids mold, I can't say that you'll like this though. I do think that you should give Cannonball a chance though. He is a great figure and totally worth picking up if you see him in store. Definitely like the Star Seeker to get. I think he's better than Lockdown. I think he's better than any of the other repaints that we're getting. So if you see him, pick him up. He's worth it. With that said, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to check out the support links down below. YouTube thinks you'll like this video right here, and I'll see you in the next one. This has been Bots Obsession. I'd also like to give a shout out to my Patreons, Luke Thompson, Grim Lockdown, and Proton Collectibles. Thank you for supporting the channel.